about 2 weeks ago in Japan, they have sent a criminal, a murderer, to death, and they hanged him. And I don't think there was ever apartheid in Japan. So people must not be confused that because this is a, can I say, a discussion topic, to think now we're going back to apartheid.
Yeah, South Africa first with Brady McCann. For the people.
I hate Krikamba. I hate Kwara. I hate Zai Zai.
Correctional Services, Komoto Ramolobeng says she was taken aback by Correctional Services Minister Peter Groenewald's utterances during the tabling of his budget this week. Groenewald suggested corporal punishment to be brought back to deal with overcrowding in prisons. Well, the minister is here. He joins us now via video link, in fact, to expand on this. Minister, a good evening to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. You certainly seem to have ruffled quite a few feathers and gotten a lot of South Africans talking, but perhaps let's hear it from your perspective. When you put forward in that budget tabling that it is time that we reintroduce corporal punishment in the prison system, I think just for the benefit of our viewer, expand on why you thought that was an argument to put forward.
Good evening, Naledi. Firstly, I said that we must open a debate on the matter. I didn't say it must happen. I opened the debate. Now, firstly, the perspective is as follows. When I refer to corporal punishment, then there are certain preconditions. Number one, it must be a sentence by the court to determine whether you're going to get 6 lashes or 4 lashes, whatever the case may be. Secondly, it should not be more than 6 lashes. And thirdly, it must be under strict senior official supervision. So that's what I meant. And the reason why I've said that, to open the debate. In South Africa, we
Wom just wants to give them 6 lashes. Nothing more, nothing less, man. He's sick and tired of these niggas in the prisons. And honestly, me too, man.
Have a huge problem when it comes to overcrowding of our prisons. To give a perspective, we have just over 104,000 sentenced prisoners in our jails or prisons, and we have 108,000 beds for them. But then we have 60,000 remand detainees, and that is where we have this problem with overcrowding. Now, part of these 2,530 remand detainees, there are 2,530 who is in our detention because they could not afford a bail of 1,000 rand and less. In other words, it's more minor offenders and minor offenders that they were guilty of or not guilty yet. In fact, they are awaiting their trial. And this is what I say that we must...
They got TVs in jail.
Awaiting their trial. And
they got cattle, they live in nice, they live in sweet. They probably got Wi-Fi or something like this, man. But I understand Meneer Peter Groenewald's argument that our prisons are overcrowded and really there's nothing we can do. Some of these people just moor them, and then let them go so that they learn not to do it again. You get what I'm saying? Wanya Tsotsi is already doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pull some Wanya Tsotsi videos for you, man.
Baie jammer vir alles.
Look at this
my
one.
vriend Kelvin Keiser en die weet skool toe. Dis my vriende ons het 'n shopper gebruik. Ja, baie dankie. Daar kom soms was 50 gapa, 30 gapa, 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 50 gapa, 30 gapa. Ek het 'n shopper gebruik. En dit is baie jammer vir alles.
The people who catch them, the Wanya Tsotsi people, bro, they make them sing. They don't care about nothing. They make them sing. So that's what Meneer Peter Groenewald is saying, because we already know also as well Some of these SAPS people, they don't do nothing, man. They you know, sometimes you just have got to move these boys a little so that they stop doing what they're doing. Because some of them really, they just, you know,
Oh, Mambi, I was being caught with theft of a cable, and I was with Abi. I was caught by Wanyatoti, and I'm asking for forgiveness for everyone. Oh, Mambi, I was being
why not so it will make you ask for forgiveness, yeah, man.
This is what I say, that we must open the debate. Should we not consider again to use corporal punishment? Because I know there are people that say that, firstly, it is inhumane. They say it is barbaric. My question is, say, for instance, a person committed a specific crime, a minor crime, getting bail of 300 Rand, cannot afford it, but must now wait in a prison 6 months, even more than a year. And just to give a perspective, we have the remand detainees that is actually waiting for more than 10 years now to get sentenced. Now, I think it is more inhumane to have such people in a prison for, say, that time before their court case will be finalized. And in overcrowding, and people must also ask themselves, if you're in an overcrowded cell, and it's here specifically when we talk about the juveniles, I think what is happening in those cells are sometimes more barbaric than corporal punishment. So that is the perspective. And I said, we must open the debate. We must find out how our people feel about it. And I actually referring specifically when it comes to correctional services.
Yeah. You know,
I
Minister,
mean, I agree with you, man. Move them, you know, just teach them a lesson and let them go. Some of these people, bro.
I think that the reason why there is so much pushback is because for many South Africans, they go back to why corporal punishment was outlawed in 1996. And there is, you know, the sense that what you're asking for is very much sounding like wanting to return to the way that prisoners were treated under apartheid. And that association, 31 years into democracy, making it a difficult conversation to have. What do you say to that association of perhaps saying that what you maybe are asking for is an opening of a discussion around apartheid-style correction?
Why do they always have to?
I think it's
Why do they always have to bring apartheid in things, man? How much apartheid is in things in South Africa? That's what we must measure here. How much apartheid in things?
a wrong perception to link it only to it's part of apartheid.
Yeah, man.
We must remember that corporal punishment in terms of, can I say, the criminal justice system was not anything to do with apartheid. About 2 weeks ago in Japan, they have sent a criminal, a murderer, to death, and they hanged him. And I don't think there was ever apartheid in Japan. So people must not be confused that because this is a, can I say, a discussion topic, to think now we're going back to apartheid. It's wrong. The association is wrong.
But let me interrupt you there, Minister, because we're not in Japan, and the context of our country is incredibly important. This project of social cohesion and bringing people together has been one that we've been working on for 31 years. When you start to bring back the actions of a previously oppressive system, there is the view that we're working backwards instead of forwards. So the context of our country must surely be important to you, Minister.
Of course, the context is important, but then we must base it on correct facts. And I keep with my view to say this was nothing to do with apartheid although certain things
Yeah,
were
man.
part of the processes, there are other means. Let's take, for instance, our criminal justice system. That was part of the system before 1994. Now, must we say, just because that this criminal justice system is exactly more or less the same, therefore we must abandon them? No, we must be objective. We must be fair. But can I say to you, you say there's a pushback. Of course, there are different views. But I want to say to you, when I go on social media and I read the comments on, for instance, this matter put on social media forward by means of newspapers and other platforms and everything, far the majority is in favor of that.
Yeah.
People in South Africa are really fed up with crime,
Yes.
and we must remember the police in South Africa becoming more effective now, which we all welcome, but correctional services is at the receiving end of everything, because if the police becomes more effective, then they must go to our courts, and from there on, they come to correctional services. So we have to deal with that. And I say again, I think it is inhumane to live in this overcrowded situation. But we have severe budget constraints. We should build more prisons, but that takes time. Our overcrowding rate at the moment is about 54 to 56%. And that is not conducive
100%.
for any situation where people can, for instance, when it comes to say, I want to reintegrate people back into society, that they will be accommodated in this situation that will not enhance that situation if we want
Niggas got speakers in jail, man. They listening to music.
to rehabilitate them.
Okay. Yeah, Minister, I want to move on because we do have a lot to get through in the little time that you and I have together. We're actually running visuals from one of the recent raids that Correctional Services has been running in some of our facilities. And I wanted to get your perspective on this, on how we start to crack this down. Every time we as the media have been invited to see some of these raids, so much contraband being found at so many of our facilities. And the question becomes, how do we deal with how contraband finds its way in our correctional facilities? Systematically what we need to be doing inside the department.
Well, firstly, I want to say the fact that there are so many contraband coming to the forward means we are becoming more effective. The way they get into our facilities are either by corrupt officials, which has entry to the people. Secondly, also these remand detainees, the police come and pick them up and take them to courts, and there happens quite a lot of things. And thirdly, you have situations where visitors of the prison, they also are the carriers of contraband. So those are the three main, can I say, sources of contraband. I said in the budget speech, we're going to increase the rates, and it will be increased. We have 515 officials that is under discipline procedures and processes. More than 151 has been dismissed out of the service of correctional services. So we will become stricter when it comes to fighting, for instance, the inbringing of contraband in our facilities, corruption that goes with that.
Yep.
So actually that is proof that we are becoming more effective.
Okay.
100%, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I mean, me, I approve of that. I support Meneer Pieter Groenewold, unreservedly, unconditionally, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the issue of our prisoners getting a corporal punishment is concerned, I mean, overcrowding is a great issue in South Africa, and that's something that we have to deal with. If we don't deal with it, then unfortunately we'll keep on having these types of problems that we have in our society. I mean, it's already happening with Wanyatsotsi. Some of these people, you mur them proper so that they never get to deal with they never get to do crime ever again in their lives. You know, Wanya Tsotsi actually does a very good job, and as far as I'm concerned, Meneer Pieter Groenewold must hire them to moor some of these criminals proper. This is South Africa First with Radima Gatsukananelo, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for visiting this channel. Please hit the sub button, hit the like button, and open your notifications so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, we the people see the truth, hear the truth, and we spread nothing but the truth. Love you guys. I'm out of here.